Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are discussing the remaining layers of the OSI model. First one is session layer. So the session layer is the service provided by the first three layers such as physical, data link layer and network layer are not sufficient for some processes. So session layer is the network dialog controller. So the word should be very specific, network dialog controller. So it establishes and maintains and synchronizes the interaction among communication systems. The session layer is responsible for dialog control and synchronization. Specific responsibilities of the session layer includes the following. First one is dialog control and second one is synchronization. So we will discuss these 2 points. So the first one is dialog control. In session layer allows two systems to enter into a dialogue. It allows the communication between two processes to take place in either half duplex one way at a time or full duplex two way at the mode. So we have two modes of transmission happening in a half duplex or full duplex mode. And if a session layer allows two systems to enter into a dialogue, so in the same dialogue two systems are entering, and it allows the communication between two processes to take place in either half duplex or full duplex mode. So dialogue control means half duplex mode or full duplex mode, the communication is happening between the process to process communication is delivered. And the second one is synchronization. So synchronization means the session layer allows the process to add checkpoints. So there we are adding checkpoints or synchronization point to a stream of data. For example, if a system is sending a file of 2000 pages, it is advisable to insert checkpoints after every 100 pages to ensure that each 100 page unit is received and acknowledged independently. In this case, if a crash happens during the transmission of page, for example 502, the only pages that need to be resent after the system recovery are pages from 501, 502 something like that. So pages previous to 501 need not be resent. So because there are checkpoints in between 100 pages, so we need not to resend that from the first part. So that's the synchronization part. So we are adding synchronization points or checkpoints in between the stream of data. So that's all about the responsibilities of the session layer. And the sixth layer is presentation layer. So the figure shows the introduction or this figure shows that there is a header and synchronization bits are added in between these data and a header, and there is a header 5 means header is added, and transport line between presentation layer and transport layer. This session layer is occurring, and receiver and sender side receiving side the header is removed, and there is a synchronization bits also occurring there. And this is all about the session layer. The next one is presentation layer. The sixth layer is presentation layer. So the presentation layer is concerned with the syntax and semantics of the information exchanged between two systems. Figure shows the relationship between the presentation layer and the application and session layer. So the presentation layer is responsible for translation, compression and encryption. So these three are the responsibilities of the presentation layer include. So the first one is translation. So we will discuss this. What is translation? So the process running programs in the two systems are usually exchanging information in the form of character strings or number and so on. The information must be changed bit streams before being transmitted. So the information must be changed into bit streams because the different computer uses different encoding systems. The presentation layer is responsible for interoperability between these different encoding methods. So the data must be coded into bit streams, so it can be used interoperably in different systems. The presentation layer at the sender changes the information from its sender dependent format into a common format. So it's changed into a common format, and the presentation layer at the receiving machine changes the common format into a receiver dependent format. So that's happening in the translation process. And the second one is Encryption. Encryption means to carry sensitive information, a system must be able to ensure the privacy. And encryption means that the sender transforms the original information into another form and sends the resulting message out over the network. And decryption reverses the original process to transform the message back into the original form. So that's all happening in the encryption and decryption process in here. And the third one is compression. The data compression reduces the number of bits contained in the format in the information. So the data compression become particularly important in the transmission of data, multimedia such as text, audio and video, etc. So compression is reducing its data or memory usage. So that's all about the compression. And the seventh layer, we are going to discuss the seventh layer, application layer. So application layer means the application layer enables the user, whether human or software, to access the network. It provides user interface and support for services such as electronic mail, remote file access and transfer, shared database management and other types of distributed information services. Figure shows the relationship between application layer and the user, of the application layer to the user and the presentation layer. So of the many type of application service available, figure shows only three: XAOO, message handling services, and X.500, directory services, and file transfer access manage, FTAM. So it's an example for application service available for the user. So specific services of application layer include network virtual terminal, mail services and directory services. So we are going to discuss the first one, network virtual terminal. So network virtual terminal means a network virtual terminal is a software version of physical terminal, and it allows a user to log on to a remote host. So to do so, the application creates a software emulation of the terminal at the remote host. The user computer talks to the software terminal, which in turn talks to the host, and vice versa. The application allows the user to access the files in a remote host, to make changes on reader data, or to retrieve files from the remote computer, or for use the local computer to manage and control files in remotely computer locally. So this is all happening in our network. In Google, we are accessing the Google and downloading some files from our laptop or computer. It's an example for network virtual terminal. So second one is mail service. We also know that how a mail is sent, how a mail is composed. So that's the mail application. The mail service, the application provides the basis for email forwarding and storage. And the next one is, third one is directory service. Directory service means this application provides distributed database source and access for global information about various objects and services. So it provides a distributed database and sources for our access. So that's all about the three specific services of application layer. So going to solve the end for the layers, and we are going summary of these layers are: the first one is physical layer. Physical one meant to transmit bits over a medium to provide mechanical and electrical specification. And data link layer to organize into bits into frames to provide hop-to-hop delivery. And the third one is network layer to move packets from source to destination to provide internet working. And the fourth one is transport layer to provide reliable process-to-process delivery and error recovery. And the fifth one is session layer to establish, manage and terminate sections. And the sixth one is to translate, encrypt and compress the data. That's the presentation layer. And the utmost the application layer, it's a user interface layer to allow access to network resources. So this is all about the layers in the OSI model. So we have discussed layers of OSI model. So next we are going to discuss about TCP bar IP protocol suite. So there are also some layers similar to this type of layers. So we will discuss that in the next class. So thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel, like, share and comment. So see you in the next class. Thank you.